Cheers. Okay, this is finally the A part to the Q, i.e. answers to the Q&A video I put up some time ago. And I apologize for the delay of getting it up. Some things have been going on, some things have been happening, and you'll see why when this video rolls along. But I do warn you, if you don't have a sense of humor, don't watch this video. You'll catch my drift. Anyway, first off, obviously, I want to say a big thank you to everyone that asked a question, that responded to that video. That's really cool. Make me feel good. And without delaying any further, let's crack on. Okay, first person to indirectly ask me a question was YouTube user and good friend, great poet. This guy was one of the influences behind my Axis of Denial series. He had a brilliant use of special effects on his vocals, using a chorus and a delay sequence in his vocals, and it sounded amazing, which kind of gave me the idea for manipulating my own vocals for the Axis of Denial series, where my voice sounds a bit more robotic. And his name is Mr. Da-Man.
They're creepy and they're kooky, mysterious and spooky. They're all together ooky, the Addams Family.
Now, he wanted to know, we could ask if he'll pay for a trip for us to come over, as in come over to Dublin, Ireland, put us up and keep us drunk until next Christmas. Dude, if ever there was a brilliant idea, it would have to be that. It would have to be that indeed, and I really, really wish I could do that. Anyway, if you win the lottery next week, do let me know. Okay, Nigel CF. And what music is that? It's friggin' awesome. Okay, the music you're asking me about, obviously you're referring to the music in the original Q&A video. That was called Addiction by a band called The Almighty. And they're a British band. Their lead singer was Ricky Warwick. In fact, I'm not even sure they're around anymore. I'm really not sure if they're around. But yeah, you're right. It is friggin' awesome. Okay, moving on. Tattoo Skin 72.
Hi there! She's speechless. She? It's a boy. Look at his boobies. We need to have a talk.
Have you ever been published? Unfortunately, Michael, I haven't, but I am looking to get published either this year or next. And obviously, it's a case of watch this space. What I'm going to do was obviously on MySpace, on YouTube as well. Once I finally have something written down on paper on a shelf, I will be doing a whole big video thing about that. Obviously, I'd want to, because it would mean a hell of a lot. I mean, to be honest with you, when I receive questions like that, have I been published? It kicks my ass to get my backside into gear and get published, because I really do. I really do want to get a book on the shelf, and the only way to look at it is I will, I just don't know when. Hopefully this year or very early next year. Okay. Left Green Thumb.
An important policy message from Governor Mike Huckabee.
My plan to secure the border? 2 words. Chuck Norris.
If you could sit for drinks with one poet, alive or dead, who would it be and why that choice? Okay, I think if I could resurrect any poet to have a drink with, it would be William Butler Yeats. I had the fortune of going to Sligo, which is in the more kind of northwest side of Ireland. It's nearly into Northern Ireland, but northwest of Ireland is Sligo before it reaches the Atlantic coast. And I went out for a drive there. I was in a relationship with someone at the time who lived in Sligo, and we went and visited his grave. And it struck me at how plain and simple this grave was. It could have been anyone's grave, but here it was, William Butler Yeats. And frankly, it just blew me away how simple this grave was. And I just thought, if I could resurrect any poet, it would be him. Why? Because why not? It's William Butler Yeats. And the one thing I don't do is read other poets' material, particularly the ones of, long dead and buried. They're not composing, they're decomposing. So I'd like to go back in time and dig out any one of these people, resurrect them. What made them write? What influenced them? What world did they live in? That's why him. And furthermore, Ireland. Why else? It's local. It's nearest. So, moving on. Oh yes. I hope I'm pronouncing this right. In fact, this almost sounds Cornish, which is kind of cool because I lived in Cornwall for 6.5 years, but I doubt it is. It says, YouTube user Idlin Farm. Idlin Farm. She asked me, where do you hide Denise? Oh no, come on now. You don't want me revealing all of my secrets now. Yeah. Okay. Also, another question from the Aurora Black. Do you use a pen when you write or the computer? I use the computer. At all times I use the laptop as where you're seeing me now. That's what I use. I can't be doing with pen and paper. I have to have technology, I have to have spell checker, I have to have thesaurus, I have to have all there kind of around me ready to go. I'm one of these writers that gets the idea literally on the spur of the moment. And what I put down is what has occurred to me, is what's come to me in the method to which I use to write there and then. It's as fresh as poetry can possibly be. So, I have to use a computer, otherwise everything else is just too slow. Or do you just recite it for the mic and see how it flies? Good question, Aurora Black. I've never done an improvised poem, and that's something I really ought to do. So, thank you for that. What else did you ask? You also asked, have you had formal training in poetry? The answer to that would be no, I haven't. I have had no training whatsoever, and I refuse to do so. I don't believe it's right for any person to stand up on a pedestal and dictate to me or any other poet how it should be done. I believe that's wrong. And I believe that if I was to go and take a course and do some form of training, I believe it would be like a contagion. It would contaminate what I'm doing. It would dilute the potency of what I'm trying to put across. So, no, I've had no formal training and I never will, because in my opinion, it doesn't exist.